Hello everyone, my name is Erin, and for today's yoga practice, we are going to be working with balance, coming to tree pose a couple of times throughout our practice. So we're going to be building on that. We're going to start out with a little baby tree and grow it all the way up. If you have any sensitivity for your knees, go ahead and make sure you have a blanket or a cushion for that. And then other than that, you just need your mat. To get started, I am starting off in a kneeling position, but you're welcome to be in your legs out or in an easy seat. We will close our eyes or just soften your gaze if that's more comfortable for you. And coming to our breath, you can bring one hand to your chest and one hand to your stomach if you'd like that. Breathing in and out through our nose. Do it a couple more times, filling up. And then exhaling, letting it go. One more time. And then softly, if you close your eyes, blink your eyes open. Bring your hands to rest on your legs. We'll do a couple shoulder rolls. So bringing your shoulders up, rolling them down. Do it again. Bring your shoulders up and roll them back down. And then we'll do it the other way. So shoulders come up, roll them forward and back. One more time. Just loosening up here. And then inhale, bring your arms up. As you exhale, cactus your arms, bending at your elbows, keeping your arms in line with your shoulders. Do it one more time. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms come up. This time, as you exhale, drop your left hand down and then reach over with your right hand over to your left side. Coming to your breath. Next inhale, come back up through center, arms up. Exhale, other way. Reaching all the way over with your left arm to the right. Inhale, coming up through center. One more time each way. Exhale. Reaching over with your right arm to your left. Inhale, back through center. Last time, coming to your right. And inhale, come up through center. Bring your arms down. If you weren't in a kneeling position, please come to one as we come to child's pose. So bringing your big toes together, hips come towards your heels. Walk your hands out as you rest your torso between your legs. Bringing your forehead all the way down. Coming to your breath. And on your next inhale, slowly lift your head, come forward, making your way to a tabletop position. So you have your knees in line with your hips and your shoulders right over your wrists. You can have your toes tucked or untucked, whichever one you like better. We're going to start out with some wrist circles. So it doesn't matter which direction you go. We're just going to be circling, coming forward and then coming back. You can make this as big or as small as you want to. We're just going to do 3 circles, one direction. And once you've done 3, stop, go the other way. Changing directions. Maybe you circle your hips too as you're doing this. Again, you can make this as big or small as it feels good. Once you've done 3 in the opposite direction, we're going to come to a couple of cat-cows. We're going to have a little fun with this, so play around. Just move with your body here. Now when we come to our cat-cows, we usually drop our belly and untuck your tailbone so your tailbone's pointed up. and then lifting up through your head and chest, coming to your cow. Then as you come to your cat, you reverse that, you drop your head down, bring your belly button to your spine, and you round through your back here, tucking your tailbone. What we're going to do is move as we do this. So moving back and forth as you come through your cat and your cow. Doesn't really matter which way you do it, just be conscious of how you're doing it. So when you come through, make sure you're coming back to one of the other poses. So if you come forward in your cat, as you come back, tuck your tailbone up, drop your belly down, lift your head and your chest for your cow. Or you'd go the opposite way, coming forward in your cow and then coming back through, rounding through your spine and coming back through when you come to your cat. So freestyling it here, moving how it feels good for you. And then of course, you're always welcome to just come to stillness and do the cat-cow this way, either way. We'll go for a couple more rounds here. And remember to keep breathing as you are moving. Filling up when you come through to your cow, and exhaling as you come through to your cat. One more round, and then come to stillness. From here, if you don't have your toes tucked already, go ahead and tuck them. We're going to come to a forward fold. So take your time here, walking your feet forward, coming onto your feet, pressing in through your feet. Bend through your knees, and then slowly roll yourself up. Coming up pretty slow here. Once you bring your head up, arms come up overhead, and then exhale, hands come down. We're going to do that again. But first, let's come to our mountain pose. So, in our mountain pose, feet hip width apart. You can have them a little wider if you need to. Grounding through your feet, so you're pressing down through the center of your heel all the way to your toes. That activates your legs. Make sure you engage your core. Shoulders are back and down. Spin your arms so they're forward. And then here we go. Inhale. Arms come up overhead. Shoulders are back and down. Exhale and hinge from your hips. Fold forward. Maybe you come halfway. If you have any tightness, bend through your knees here. Or maybe your hands come to the floor. Let your head hang here. Taking a couple breaths. And then on your next inhale, bringing your hands to your shins, or maybe you have your fingertips on the floor. Lift up halfway, having a nice long back here. Exhale, fold, and then inhale brings you all the way back up, head up, arms up. Exhale, hands come down. We'll do that again. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hinging from your hips, come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift up. Exhale, fold. And then stepping your right foot back. Again, if you have sensitivity for your knees, go ahead and grab your blanket or your cushion. We're coming to a little lunge. Make sure you have your left foot nice and flat, your knee tracked over your ankle. Use your thigh for support. Come on up. Maybe you bring your arm up overhead, or maybe you have your hands on your thigh for support. Push your hips forward. Back toes can be tucked or untucked, whichever one works better for you. Maybe you bring both arms up overhead. Coming to your breath here. And on your next exhale, bring your hands down. Coming to supported plank. Slowly lowering all the way down. onto your front, pointing your toes. Bring your elbows in towards your body. Fingertips right underneath your shoulders. We're coming to a low cobra here. On your next inhale, lift your head and chest. Tailbone is pointed towards your heels. You're pressing your tops of your feet into your mat. And then on your next exhale, slowly lower. Tuck your toes. Push your hips up and back, coming to downward facing dog. Making sure you have your fingertips spread out wide. Bringing the creases of your elbows out. Hips are pushing up and back. If you have any tension along the backside of your legs, just bend your knees. And just let your head hang here, taking a couple breaths. Next inhale, look forward, and then slowly walk your feet towards your hands. Ground through your feet, and then take a moment to fold. Next inhale, come all the way up, head up, arms up, exhale, hands down. Coming to our first tree pose. So, coming back to your mountain, feet grounded, legs activated, core is engaged, shoulders down away from your ears, head's in a neutral position. We're going to pour our weight into our left foot, spinning out our right foot and bending our knee. Like I said, we're going to grow our tree here. So we're starting out in what we'll call our baby tree. So resting your heel on your ankle, you're light on your toes in your left foot, or in your right foot rather. And then your hands can come either to your hips, prayer position, or bringing your arms up overhead. So just choose whichever option you like best. Next thing, you want to focus your gaze on a point in front of you that is not moving. So don't try to stare at me because I'm going to be moving since I'm balancing. And then if you do wobble, that's totally fine. It's part of working on your balance. Lastly, make sure you keep breathing. And then if it helps, maybe you visualize what kind of tree you are. You'll have time to think about it because we'll be coming to tree pose a couple more times. And then on your next exhale, release your arms down. Try to not lift up your left leg here. You can go ahead and release your right leg. The reason why we're staying on our left leg for just a moment is because we created energy here, so we want to soak up that energy. And then go ahead, pedal it out, and you shake your leg a little bit. Here we go again. Making sure you're grounding through your feet. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinging from your hips, come forward. Folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift up. Exhale, fold. Stepping your left foot behind you, coming to your low lunge. Using your right leg for support, coming up. Maybe bring both arms up. Push your hips forward. Make sure you have your knee tracked over your ankle. Shoulders are down away from your ears. And then hands come down, coming back to your supported plank. Lowering all the way down. Point your toes. Elbows in. Tailbones pointed towards your heels. Pressing into the tops of your feet. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift your head and chest up. Maybe come up just a little bit further this time. And then exhale, tuck your toes, push your hips up and back, coming to your downward facing dog. Again, any tension along the back side of your legs, just bend your knees. Next inhale, look forward. Walk as many steps as you need to towards your hands. Take a moment to fold, and then roll yourself all the way back up. Head up, arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Coming back to your mountain pose and coming to our baby tree on the other side. So pouring your weight into your right leg, spinning out your left leg, bending through your knee, bringing your heel towards your ankle. Again, staying light on your toes here. The focus is to balance on your right leg. Again, hands, any position that works for you. Make sure you have your gaze fixed on a point that's not moving. And then making sure you're breathing here, not holding your breath. Again, maybe you visualize what kind of tree you are. Then on your next exhale, release your hands, release your left leg. Let your right leg soak up that energy for just a moment. And then go ahead, come off, and pedal out your feet. Maybe you shake them a little bit. We'll keep moving. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, coming all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, all the way down. Stepping your right foot back. Left foot is forward. Coming to a high lunge this time. So you are welcome to still come to low lunge, not a problem. If you want to take it a little further, bring your knee up, come all the way up, balance. You can always use your thigh for support here. Arms can be up overhead, or like I said, you can use one hand down for support. Make sure your knees tucked over your ankle, lengthen through your back heel. Make sure your shoulders are down away from your ears if you have your arms up overhead. Make sure your core is engaged as well. Then on your next exhale, hands come down. Step your foot back. Maybe you come to supported plank again with your knees down, or maybe you keep your knees lifted. Wherever you're at, we're going to lower down to our fronts, pointing our toes, sitting up for our cobra pose. Inhale, lifts you up, maybe come up a little bit higher. Exhale, tuck your toes, pushing your hips up and back, coming to your downward facing dog. Next inhale, look forward. Take as many steps as you need to walk your feet towards your hands. Take a moment to fold. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up, head up, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Coming to round 2 of our tree, so we're growing it. Coming back to your mountain pose. Again, starting with our left leg, pouring our weight to our left leg. This time, we're going to bring, turning out our knee, we're going to bring our right foot to the inside of our left calf. So spinning out your knee, keeping that out wide, and then bringing your hands to whatever position that works for you. Fixing your gaze on a point in front of you that's not moving. And coming to your breath. And maybe you finally have picked out what kind of tree you are. I'm a big tree fan, so I like all kinds of different trees. Sometimes I like to imagine I'm a willow tree flowing in the wind as I wobble in my tree pose. Just a few more breaths here. And then on your next exhale, release your hands down. Release your right leg. Let your left leg soak up that energy that you just created. And then go ahead, pedal it out. We'll keep moving here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold, and then stepping your left foot back, coming to high lunge again. You are also welcome to stay in low lunge if that works better for you. You can always use your leg for support. Make sure your knees tracked over your ankle and you're lengthening through the heel of your back foot. Exhale, hands come down. Coming to your supported plank, lowering all the way down, pointing your toes. Inhale, lifts you up. Coming through to your cobra. Tuck your toes. Exhale as you come to downward facing dog. Looking forward. Take as many steps as you need to, walking your feet towards your hands. Take a moment to fold. Next inhale, rolls you all the way up. Head up, arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Coming to our second round on our other leg. So grounding through your right leg this time. Again, making sure you're staying up nice and tall in your mountain pose. Pour your weight into your right leg. Spinning out your left leg, bringing your left foot to the inside of your right calf, bringing your hand to whichever position is comfortable for you, making sure you fix your gaze on a point that's not moving, coming to your breath. And then visualizing yourself as that tree that you picked, nice and strong, rooted down into your mat. And then on your next exhale, release your hands. Slowly release your left leg, but keep your right leg down for just a few more moments, soaking up that energy that you just created. And then go ahead, pedal it out. We got one more round to finish this out. Well, two, because we have to do it on both sides. So we'll keep moving. Inhale, bringing our arms up overhead. Exhale, hinging forward, coming all the way into your fold. Inhale, lifting halfway up. Exhale as you fold, stepping your right foot back. Left foot is forward. Make sure you get your foot flat on your mat. Inhale brings you all the way up, and then spinning your back foot, spinning on your back foot and bringing your foot flat so that your toes are pointed towards the long edge of your mat. Coming to our warrior two feet here. So go ahead and do a little body scan. You want to make sure your front feet are pointed forward toward the short edge of your mat and your knee is tracked over your ankle. And then look, you'll see your knee should be tracked over your first three toes. Back leg. Toes are pointed towards the long edge of the mat. And then there should be almost a line from your heel coming towards your heel coming all the way towards the arch of your back foot. Then coming up, bring your attention to your core, engage your core muscles, Arms come out in opposite directions of each other. Then slowly turn your head to look over your front fingertips. Shoulders down away from your ears. Coming to your breath here. Feeling nice and strong in your Warrior Two pose. And on your next exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Bring your foot back. Come to your plank pose. Lower all the way down. Point your toes. Inhale. Lifts you up to your cobra. Exhale. Tuck your toes. Hips come up and back. Coming to your downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. And look forward. Maybe you just take one big step, or maybe take a couple steps. Take a moment to fold at the top of your mat, and then roll yourself all the way up. Head up, arms up, exhale, hands down. Again, coming to our third round, final round of our tree. We finally have grown our tree all the way up. So, options. You don't have to do this last one. You can stay with either your toes on the ground, or maybe you liked playing around with having your foot on your calf. If you do want to do the last option, we're going to pour our weight into our left leg, and then I like to grab my foot and bring it to the inside of my thigh, my left thigh. You want to make sure that if you are bringing your leg up, you don't have it resting on your knee here. So either below or above your knee. Find your point in front of you to fix your gaze on. Bring your hands to whatever position is working for you. Make sure you're breathing. Don't hold your breath here. And then if you want to, when you feel like it, you can come back to your tree, visualizing maybe your tree is on a mountaintop, maybe it's by the beach, whatever your favorite spot is. Visualize that for a moment as we are in our tree pose. We'll just take a couple more breaths here before we come out. And then on your next exhale, release your hands. Slowly release your right leg down. Don't come off of your left leg just yet. Let that energy soak up. And then slowly come off of your leg. Shake it out. And then let's continue on to the other side. I'm gonna go on this way. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stepping back your left foot this time. Making your way up. And then spinning out your left foot so that your toes point the long edge of your mat. Your right foot is pointing towards the short edge of your mat. Make sure your knees tracked over your first 3 toes, and then you have heel arch alignment with your feet here. Engage your core muscles, and then bring your arms out to a T, shoulders down away from your ears, and then slowly turn your head so it faces over so you're gazing over your right fingertips. Make sure your knee's not collapsing in, but is engaged and spinning out. just a few more breaths here. Next exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Come back to your plank pose, lower down. Point your toes, elbows in. Inhale, lifts you up. Cobra pose. Exhale, tuck your toes, push your hips up and back, coming to downward facing dog. Next inhale, look forward, walk your feet towards your hands. Take a moment to fold. Next inhale, rolls you up. Head up, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Okay, last time. Coming to tree pose on our right leg, so coming to your mountain again. Pouring your weight into your right foot. Spinning out your left leg and bending your knee. And then bringing your foot to the inside of your right thigh. Again, you can use the other options if you would like to. That's totally fine. Choose the option that works for you. Bring your hands to whichever position you like. Then make sure you have your gaze fixed on a point in front of you that's not moving. And then maybe you come back to your tree that we've been talking about. And imagine yourself there, rooted down firmly. Maybe the wind's blowing a little bit, so you're wobbling like me. Make sure you keep breathing. Sometimes when we're holding a pose, we tend to hold our breath as well. But continue breathing in and out through your nose. We'll be here for just a few more breaths. And on your next exhale, release your hands down. Slowly release your left leg down. Don't come off of your right leg yet. Just give it a moment, and then now come off your leg, shake them out. Great job. Making our way all the way down onto the floor, coming to child's pose. Bringing your big toes together. Your legs can be out wide, or if you like them together, whichever one is more comfortable for you. Walk your hands forward, bringing your forehead all the way down. Taking a moment here after all your hard work. Just relax. On your next inhale, slowly lift your head. Make your way onto your back. Coming all the way down onto our backs. Our knees are bent, our feet are flat on the ground. You can touch your heels with your fingertips. We're going to come to bridge pose, making sure your legs are hip width apart. Bring your shoulder blades back and down underneath of you. You can use your arms for support here, either bending your elbows or pressing your hands down into your mat. On your next inhale, we're going to send our hips up. So pressing through our feet. Inhale, lift up. And then we'll hold it here for just a couple breaths. And then on your next exhale, slowly come back down. We'll do that 2 more times. So reset. Next inhale. Hips come up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Take a breath here, and then we'll do it 1 more time. Next inhale, hips come up. or down. Then we're going to leave our legs right where they are, and we're going to come to recline pigeon pose. So bringing our right ankle to our left thigh, flaring out your knee, your right knee wide. I can already feel sensations in my hip just by this. So if you're already feeling a lot, maybe you stay here. If you want to go a little further, grab hold of your left thigh and bring your legs towards your chest. In your mouth, that feels good. Just making sure you keep your low back on the ground, not lifting it. Flexing through your feet. Coming back to your breath. And then leaving your legs where they are, whether or not you lifted them or not, you're going to bring your arms out to a T and then drop your legs all the way over to your left side. Coming to a little twist here, or lower half. And on your next inhale, slowly bring your legs back up and then unwind your legs. Then we'll come to the other side. So bringing left ankle to our right knee, flaring out your left knee, flexing through your left foot. Option to stay here or grab hold of your right thigh, bring your legs towards your chest, keeping your low back on your mat. Then bring your legs down, or actually I forgot to come to our twist. It's going to bring your leg back up. If you have your legs up, bring your arms out to a T and then drop your legs all the way over to your right side. Then slowly bring your legs back through to center, unwind your legs, bring your knees into your chest, and then either rolling all the way over to your right side or just rocking yourself up. Coming to staff pose, bringing your legs out in front of you, sitting nice and tall on your sit bones, shoulders down away from your ears. Then from here, bringing the soles of your feet together, coming to butterfly pose. You can have your legs further away from you or closer to you, whichever one works better. And then grab hold of your feet, open them up like you do a book, so the outside edges of your feet come to meet. And then slowly inhale lifts you up, and then exhale, walk your hands forward, only coming as far as it feels good, keeping your shoulders down away from your ears and not hunching through your back. On your next inhale, slowly walk your hands back, grab the outside of your legs, bring your legs together, and then extend your legs out in front of you. Flex through your feet so toes are pointed back towards you. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hinge forward, bringing your hands to the outside of your legs. Again, no rounding here through your spine, only come down as far as it feels good, maintaining a nice straight back as you do this. inhale, slowly walk your hands back up, and then make your way down all the way onto your mat, coming into Shavasana. I'm gonna stay up to hold the space as you finish out your practice, but please continue laying down on your mat. Make sure your palms are facing up and your shoulders are away from your ears. You can soften your gaze or close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. And then just take the last few moments here to relax. I'm going to go quiet just to give you space to finish out your practice, and I will come and get you when the time is ready. Start taking a deeper breath in, and without making any sudden movements, slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, gradually making your movements a little bigger, maybe taking an overhead stretch. Then taking your time, bringing your knees into your chest, rolling all the way over onto your right side. Coming up to a seated position to finish out our practice today. Bringing your hands together in the center of your chest as a sign of gratitude for all the hard work you did today. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day and have a great rest of your week. See you next time.